hear the most humiliating moment of my entire life? If you're not convinced, let me just say, it's kind of sexy in parts. Do you want to hear it?
Yeah.
I need everyone to say yes.
Yes.
Do you see how easy it is to get consent? You just ask and you receive. What are your feet doing on my stage? What do you think this is? This isn't Netflix, sweetheart. Down. Good job. Good. Big round of applause. You little sluts have been talking about doms and subs all night. You've been aching for it, haven't you? This is a true story. This happened. I was 22 years old, and I lived in the city of Ferndale, and it was literally this time of year. It was like that beautiful, like, is it spring? Is it winter? Oh my God, it's summer. And I had a little bit of extra money because this is actually my birthday week. My birthday is May 22nd. Thank you. So I had a little extra money, and I did this thing that I call suburban dirtbag. And what I do is I take myself to lunch at Outback Steakhouse, fuel up, and this was way before Fashion Nova, so I took myself to Forever 21 for a little shopping spree. And if you don't know what that is, that's okay. And I went in there and I gave myself grace. I was going to get myself $80 worth of whatever I wanted. So I got like 4 dresses, 15 shirts, 37 pairs of earrings, 2 leggings, 7 pairs of jeans, and then I got to take one of their headsets home. That was very cool. And I was getting ready to like wind into a really relaxing evening. I was setting up a bubble bath and I was setting up my laptop to watch Jaws. I don't know why, but I like to take a bath and watch Jaws. I'm not saying I'm a perfect person. And I was just about to start filling a tub and I get a phone call from my friend at the time, Stephanie. And Stephanie says, hey Ray, there's this birthday party and I was wondering if you want to go with me. And I said, okay, tell me more. And she goes, well, it's in Macomb. Right, like, come on. This pretty face has to go there. I already got out of there years ago. So I say, no, Stephanie, make it worth my while. I don't want to go to Macomb. I don't want to go to that place. And she goes, okay, I'll tell you what. 1, I'll drive. I'm listening. As a forever passenger princess, I'm in. 2, you can listen to whatever you want. You like that? Passenger princess plus radio control? Okay. 3, we'll get breakfast afterwards. I want to give each and every single one of you a little piece of valuable information. It is very physically difficult for me to say no to getting breakfast at any time of the day. So if you were to text me, let's say at 11:30 at night, like, hey, do you want to get some scrambled eggs? I want to talk about some things. I'm going to make it happen. I'm not saying I'm putting good clothes on to do it, but I will make it happen. So I said to my friend, I said, you know what, Stephanie, fuck it, I'm in. I took my shower, and then I started getting into it. Right? Like, let's take a moment and acknowledge, first of all, how good I look tonight. Big round of applause for me. I'm not going to make you clap again because I've already made you do it a lot, but my tits look so good. It's like unbearable. Every time I look down, I'm like, hooray! There's a reason to live. And that was the energy I brought into the evening, right? I got this fucking dress. It was like eggplant purple, and I paired it with these peacock earrings. I was wearing tights with boots up to my knee. Shut up. That's how it was back then. And my friend came and picked me up, and she brings me down to Mount Clemens. And I walk into the bar, and the thing is like, it's her friends. I'm just supporting her, you know? And I see this guy sitting at the bar. And I'm immediately like, okay, this is good news for me. He is beautiful. He has a Hitler Youth haircut before it's problematic. He was wearing this thin knit flannel shirt and these little skinny jeans, and he had tattoos all over. I assumed. So as she went to her friends, I leaned to my friend and I said, I'm gonna go find out what that tastes like. Now, before we go any further, I want to acknowledge something. I know that when you look at me, I don't really have like a vixen vibe. I have more of like a, is that a Pokemon or a girl next door kind of thing. I know what I look like. But tonight, for some reason, all of the Beyonce we had listened to on the way there had really gotten to my heart. So I was going to try a new strategy. I walk up to him and I lean into the bar and we make eyes at each other. And he kind of does that thing where what I assume is he gets such a massive erection that he just has to like lean back a little bit. So you have to talk real gentle because you don't want to bust anything out. So I say, hi, and he says, hi. And I say, my name's Haley. What's your name? And he goes, my name's Mark. And I go, okay, Mark, do you want to buy me a drink? And he's like, I surely do. And I said, all right, Mark, I'll tell you what. I'm going to go over there and talk to my friends. You wait 3 minutes and you come ask me. And I walked away. Now, on the outside, cool as a cucumber. On the inside, I was like, what the fuck are you doing? You're going to let that boner go to waste? But I'm over and I'm talking with my friends and it's going really well. And I feel a little tap on my shoulder and I turn around and it's Mark and he goes, hey, Haley, I was wondering if I could buy you that drink. And I said to him, not good enough, try again in 5 minutes. 5 minutes later, he taps my little shoulder and he comes over and he says, I'm so sorry to bother you, Haley. The thing is that you're the most interesting human being I've ever had the honor of sharing oxygen with. And if I could just please have the honor of being a patron of yours for just a few moments, it would fulfill a part of my life that I can't even describe to you now. So I looked at him in the eyes and I smiled and I said, that'll do, pig. And we went to the bar. And so I am going to jump through the next part of the story because I'm not super proud of it. I want to explain one thing very quickly. I don't drink very much and I don't drink very often because I get drunk incredibly easily. Incredibly easily. Like we're talking like I have a quarter glass of wine and I'm like, I love everybody! Like that kind of white girl wasted. So here's what you need to know. I went on to have 4 cocktails and 6 shots. Forever 21, what? And we were having a great time. We were dancing on the dance floor, we were dancing on the bar, we were dancing in the bathrooms, we were making out on the dance floor, we were making out in the bar, we were making out in the bathrooms. We were going great. We had a great time. Everyone was so happy. And then I'm on the dance floor making out like you do, and I feel a tap on my shoulder, and this time it's Stephanie, and Stephanie goes, Haley, it's 2:30, the bar wants to close. We gotta leave. Do you wanna go to Denny's and get breakfast? And I turn to Mark, I have not acknowledged my friend at all, and I say, Mark, do you wanna make out in the back of my friend's Sunfire until we get some French toast? And he said, yeah. So we got in the back of that Sunfire, and we made out, and it was awesome. Now, you all have, is everyone in here old enough to drink? And we've all had a moment where maybe we've gone a little too far, but there's that moment right before the too far, where you're like, I'm the king of the world. Nothing can ever stop me. Nothing can hurt me. I'll fly all the way to the sun. But the moment that the sun is touching you, not good. In the Sunfire, good. In the Denny's, bad. I immediately became aware that I was going to get sick. I knew that was going to happen, but I had a strategy because my drunk brain was like, we'll handle this. We're going to drink a glass of water, eat 2 pieces of toast, and we'll just sleep in the booth. And you'll be fine. And I said, okay, brain, let's go. So we go into the booth, sit down, and I did that thing that short people can do where we sit and we lay down and no one can tell that anything's happened. And everyone else is having a great time. Mark's over here, my best friend's over here, everybody's having a happy time. And then someone acknowledges that I'm not there and I hear my voice and my lizard brain activates, so I lift my little gorgeous head up. this phoenix that has arisen as a diva for the whole evening, lifts her perfect face up, and in front of me is a vat of pumpkin spice butter. I don't know why, it's May. And I said out loud, "This is it." I proceeded to get sick underneath the table at Denny's. I'm getting sick and I'm crying because in my head, this is literally the thought I'm having. I'm gonna have to put this on my LinkedIn. I puked at a Denny's in fucking Macomb, and I'm gonna have to put this on my LinkedIn. My best friend pushes me out of the booth, she takes me to the bathroom, I get sick, and I'm like, I'm getting us thrown out of Denny's, how am I ever gonna live? They bring us back out, and the thing is that they didn't throw us out. At Denny's, if you puke under the table, they just move you to another booth. All the things we're learning tonight. So I'm sitting there, I'm a little more sober than I was a few moments ago. I'm feeling very good about myself, but I can tell now that I'm gonna get sick. Mark's sitting right next to me and he's right at the end of the booth. And so I turn to him and I say, "Baby, I gotta get up, I gotta go to the bathroom, I think I'm gonna be sick again." And he turns and he looks at me and he goes, "Sweetheart, you're fine." Do you know how long your mouth is open when you say the word fine? Mark does. Because when I wasn't puking in his face, I was puking in his lap, and then I was pulled into the bathroom again. I'm devastated because I'm vomiting up probably $50 worth of alcohol. And in this economy, we know what that costs. So I'm getting sick, I'm miserable because I'm like, Mark's gonna be gone, they're gonna throw us out of the restaurant. Fun fact, if you puke on your date at Denny's, they don't throw you out. They just move you to another booth, but now you have to sit on the end next to a bucket. Mark is gone, and no one's talking to me. So I'm sitting there, and I look, and you know, I can tell that the evening's coming to an end, but I look up, and guess who I see? Mark. Now, if you're familiar with any geography of the Metro Detroit area, the Denny's is directly across Hall Road from a Myers. Mark had walked over to the Myers, got us matching Hanes sweatshirt, sweatpants, Ked sneakers, and some Listerine. And he said to me as he presented the little plastic bag, he said, "A girl as pretty as you shouldn't have to sit in her own sink." I went in that bathroom, I got cleaned up, we got in the back of that Sunfire, and I finger banged the shit out of him. And there was this beautiful moment where the evening's done, we're dropping him off at his car, and he goes, "Haley, I would really love to get your number, I'd love to take you out sometime." And in my head I was thinking this would be like a really fun story to tell our children someday, our grandchildren someday. And then I was like, wait, Mark, no, I can't give you my number, honey. I puked in your mouth at a Denny's. Have some self-respect. I'm not proud of that, but I am proud of the fact that I am here today. I just want to say